everyone, welcome to Workout Wednesday. So we're going to go with the hoop today. Now if you haven't got a hoop, that doesn't matter, you can still do this. You could improvise. If you've got a skipping rope, go and grab a skipping rope. You can do your cardio that way, or I'm going to give you options even if you're not using the hoop, so you can still keep moving. Ideally you want to have a water bottle to hand as well, two. So you want one that obviously you can drink from, and then the other when we start to do our exercises if you haven't got the hoop, just so you've got a little bit of weight to work with. So we're just going to start off, if you've got your hoop, just stand in the centre, a little bit of a warm up to begin. So feet are going to come out into it between hip and a shoulder width distance, and then just start taking it into your pelvic clock. So you're going to tuck the tailbone underneath you, and then you're going to take it back. So you're just going to be going between those two extremes. Just be careful that as you go back you don't slam into your lower back. So keep your ribs connected around your spine to avoid excess pressure into that lumbar region, into that lower back. Okay, and as you come forward, watch you're not collapsing with the torso. So we're going to do another 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you're going to go right to left. So almost like that pendulum effect, side to side. And again, if you find it difficult to move, you could even take the feet out a little bit wider, and that will facilitate the movement of that pelvic girdle. So just allow the hips, allow the pelvis to move right to left. So you don't need a hoop anyway for this first part. Did mean to take a time check there before we started. I haven't got my clock to hand. Okay, now start to circle. So just do small circles to begin. So really small, as if you're just tracing that clock face. So you're not going as wide as the hoop yet. Okay, now do another 4 in that direction. I'm just going to check the time here. And then you're going to go for 8 in the opposite direction. So Workout Wednesday, it's not going to be a full hour's class, but you can obviously replay this, pause it, work on parts that you need to work on. We'll introduce a couple of new moves compared to what we did on Monday, was it, for the bank holiday Hula Fit. So just keep that circle small, and then we're going to add on. Okay, so a little bit deeper now into that hip work. Let's go into a squat. So we'll do 8 reps here. You can bring your arm line into play. I'm sure if you're doing this now anyway, you're quite warm. Arms can press back to add on. Activate into the triceps and to center. Okay, now from here you're just going to step it out to the side now. So you can just step outside your hoop as you go, or if you haven't got a hoop, obviously you don't need to step over anything. So just turn the foot out to the side, press, release, a bigger movement there. And then again, if you want to add your arm line to it, just take a lateral raise as you go. So plant the foot and press. You're going to do the 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back to center. Now you're going to do your full circle. So start to trace the outside of that hoop. So you can go wider if you like and draw a shoulder roll. Now keep the feet flat and do 4 more in that direction. So you really start to move all planes with that pelvis. And then reverse. So you could just start the pelvic line, so big circles now, like you're tracing that hoop. And then you can add in the shoulders. So you might want to take the shoulders forward this time rather than back. And to center. Okay, should be feeling a little bit more mobilized there. Let's take a roll down. So feet are going to come into that hip width position. Take that breath in. Exhale as you nod through the head and the neck and just roll. So as if you're going over that beach ball, just let the arms relax. Take a breath in. Exhale as you roll back up to the top. One chin in turn. Then you're going to go back into that squat position. Center. Go into a double heel raise. Release. And then you're going to roll back down. So take your time. Restack, and then into a squat, into a double heel raise. Now just stay on these heel raises now. So reach down with the fingertips for 2 and 1. Okay, we're going to add in, when you get to the bottom, pick up the hoop this time. So breathing in, nod the head on the neck joint, lengthen through the back line of your body. You can have a little knee bend if you need to in order to come to the floor. So it doesn't matter, obviously, if you've not got a hoop, that's fine. Just coming back up to the top, restack. And then from here, you're going to bring the hoop, so it's going to come into the back line of your body. So you can bring it so it supports, if you like, to the waistband. Now, if you're not going to use your hoop, that's fine. Just bring your hands into the small of the back instead, so you're here as you go. So from this position, taking the hoop back, arms wide, you can bring your feet back into hip width, shoulder width, just go into extension and then come back to center. So we're going to extend and center. 2 more. Breathe in, breathe out. If you want more support for your back, make sure you have gone wider with your feet. Now come over to the side. So you're going to side bend, just spread out those fingers as well. Lengthen, reach out through the thumbs. So just going side to side. So if you're not with your hoop, you're here. Keep the movement going if you've got your hoop. If you want a little bit more without the hoop, obviously double arms. So you breathe in, breathe out. 1 more each side with that hoop. So you go with that in your own time. And then bring it back to center. Okay, so the last one you're going to do is a rotation. So again, with or without the hoop. So you're going to inhale as you go to your right, exhale as you come round, inhale back up to center. So keep the elbows wide and roll. So you can do this without your hoop and your arms in this position. So you're just going to roll. So you can keep that W shape, the arms, the head and the other arm. And then you're going to go the opposite way. So from here, breathe in, breathe out. And just notice where the body wants to go. Have you got any stiffness on one side in comparison to the other? And then when you've done that 4th rep, so you might be without your hoop, remember? You're going to bring it back up to center. Okay, and we are nearly good to go. So from there, if you're not using your hoop, your first option, you're either going to be doing single steps forward here, press and release. Okay, so if you want less impact, this is where you're going. Otherwise, you're going to do 2-footed jumps forward and back. Now, if you've got a line or an imaginary line or something you can jump over, pop it there and you're going to be jumping forward and back. Otherwise, you're going to do single steps forward and back. If you've got your hoop, you're going to place it into the small of the back. Now, make sure it's off of your hips. Otherwise, you're going to bruise. It needs to be into the waistline when you hula. So put whichever foot you like forward, your dominant one, and then just rock your body forward and back. So this back foot doesn't want to lift when you do that. Ground your feet as you go forward and back, and then just let go and start to press. I'm going to hit the tree behind us. Forward and back into that. So you can relax the shoulders. Brought a backup hoop with me today in case this flies over the fence into neighbour's garden. So just keep that going forward and back. Now, if you feel the hoops dropping, you can just do a little shimmy to pick it back up. So it's like a little lunge squat, okay? So get a little bit more pace now into that hoop. So you're moving forward and back, transfer the weight through the foot line. So you've got to ground the feet, strong through the legs, centering, so navel to spine. Otherwise you keep jumping if you're going double foot forward and back, or you might be doing your alternate lunges. And if you need to reduce your intensity, take it back to the lunge forward and back rather than double footed jump. Okay, now go out wider. See if we can step out wide now. I'm going to have to move forward, stop that hoop. So forward and back, just be careful when you go wide, the body's natural reaction is to start to go round and round, don't go forward and back. Okay, so from here, forward and back. The second way of retrieving that hoop, if it starts to fall, you just need to go quicker forward and back, so you power it out. Yes, so we talked about this on Monday. So the first way is to almost do like a little squat and shimmy back up to the top. Your second way to retrieve it is to go faster, forward and back. And then your third way, if it starts to drop, is to slow down, just turn into it instead. So that's 3 ways you can pick up that hoop. So keep going. Remember, this is going to be a shorter workout compared to Monday. Now see if you can place your other foot in front. So drive through your back leg. You've got to ground your feet and create power up through that leg line. And then you keep those abdominals in check. So we're not blasting out through the abdominal line. You keep connected, ribs down to the spine. That's it. And start to pick up that pace if you can. Shoulders can be relaxed to begin. So don't worry if you've not changed feet. Just stay where you were. That's absolutely fine. And then we're going to bring it back into shoulder width. So forward and back. Sometimes I think this is a more difficult move to pick up because of the way the hoops go in. So circle, circle, circle. Round the feet. Okay. Now, if you're not with your hoop, you're going to start to change that into squat jumps. So keep hooping. Otherwise, you're going to be here. Turn your feet out as you go. So rather than jumping forward and back, you're here. Okay, if that gets too much, you take it to non-impact. Yeah, so when we place the foot forward, you're going to be going forward and back alternate legs, or 2 feet, 2-footed jumps. And when we go shoulder width, this is your option now to do turned out slightly so you hit inner thigh there, or you can just stand a turn out and bend here. Okay, so whichever option you're going for, go with it. And you can obviously do the arm line to a degree when you haven't got your hoop as well. So now put your favourite foot back in front. I'm going to go try and do mirror image, so I'm guessing most of you are going right, so I'm going to go with my left. And then start to bring your arms out to the side, and notice how that gives you more ability to power through that abdominal line. So we're going to get a little bit quicker as we go. That's it. So a little turbo power required. Let's go. Another 4, 3, 2, 1. And bring it back out wide. Just let the hips slow down as you have a little recovery there. Okay, if you've been doing those jumps, just ease it off now. So you're going to go into single squats. So if you haven't got your hoop, just squat and lift without your hoop. Yeah, if you're skipping, that's fine, you can be skipping. Or just slow the pace down. You might want 2 jumps, then the hoop, this rope even, 2 jumps, then jump. Okay, now we're going to change the legs if you can. So bring your other foot in front, start to press through that back foot, and the weight goes forward and back from centre via the foot line. Okay, now bring your arms out to the side and pick up that pace. That's it. So if you're doing your jumps, your arms can be out. That's it. Option is to non-impact, keep it into the squat, or it's squat jumps on a turn out. Let's go a little quicker now. So lengthen your arms, see if you can push it through. Let's go faster, get stronger. That's it, all the way. Can we ask a little more? And then bring it back to center, start to slow it down. Okay, good. So from here, we're now going to start to take the arms above the head. Start that hoop. It's going to go faster. Okay, now if you're not doing the hoop, bear with me, keep hooping if you've got the hoop. If you're not doing the hoop, you're going to change this now. You're going to jump back in, burpee, clap. So you're going to double feet in, clap. So you're on your burpees there. Okay, if that didn't suit you with the jump, just step back, raise a lunge, lengthen. Step back as I lose my balance there. Raise a lunge up to the top. So you've got options whether you want to make that impact or non-impact. So keep that hoop going wherever you are. Press. Let's go. Little faster. Press the palms. Go. Forward and back, forward and back. Keep it moving. That's it. And then we're going to recover here and release. Just slow it down slightly. Okay, grab a drink if you want to grab a drink. I'm just going to delay there. Okay, then we're going to add on to that exercise or that sequence. Okay. So once you've had that drink, if you're not using your hoop, you're going to change it slightly, okay? So rather than doing the squat that we're going to do, you're going to change it just from the way you've been in that squat position. You're going to take it out to the side. So you're going to go out to the side, back in, alternate side, back in. When we hold, you can hold and you're going to go into a single leg squat here, but I don't want to see the knee driving over your toes. So find the hoop if you're on the hoop, whichever leg you want in front to begin, just to get that rhythm. So you go forward and back, turn the hoop and press into it. Okay, so start to power through, and then when you've got that, you need to come into outside of shoulder width stance here. So we're going to add on with the squats. Okay, so we're going to see if we can squat and lift, squat and lift. So alternatively, you're stepping out to the side. So let's go and press. Just need to move forward because I keep hitting that tree behind me. It's going to stop the hoop. That's it, keep going. Power it out, squat and lift. Have we got this? Are we happy with this? If you find it's difficult, just don't go as low, just do a little bend and lift. So just get used to doing it, baby bend and lift. So it might not be far, that's okay. So keep the shoulder line relaxed and press a little more, off we go. So from here, you're going to come down, bring your palms together. Now stay there into that squat position. Just watch where your knees are going. They're not going out to the side or getting excessively pushed over the toes. And then lift. Okay, now we're going to do this on a turn out. So if you've just done that in a lunge on the one side, you're going to go to your opposite side and stay there. So we're going to turn out if you've got the hoop, come down and hold. So this is where on your lunges, you're staying on that one leg, lift and lower. Okay, now press forward and back with the abdominal line. That's it, forward and back, keep going. And then back up to center. Good. Okay, you can go out wide with the arms. Now we're gonna see if we can add on. So from here, you're gonna keep the hoop going and see if you can come down onto the knee line, and then you're gonna stand back up, okay? So if you've mastered that, the squat, you might wanna add this in. So I'm aware there's probably some kids doing this and they're probably pros at it. So they could probably do this better than me. So kids, if you wanna go for it there. And if you are doing this, just try and alternate the leg that leads down to the floor. So going forward and back up to the top. Keep pressing through with that abdominal line. That's it, now let's get faster. It might be that you want to stay here today. You don't even want to come down to the floor, that's fine. Now, choose where you're going. Just practice the squats or practice the knees to the floor. Keep going a minute. If you're without your hoop, what you're now going to do is take it back into that curtsy lunge. So you're here. So cross the leg, try not to tip the pelvis as you go. So we're there. So keep that moving wherever you are. That's it. And do we want to do 2 more rounds here? So start to come down into that kneeling position. Keep the hoop going. If you feel like it's going to drop, just start to shimmy it like we did earlier. That's it. Or remember, you can move forward and back faster, or you can turn into it. Okay, last one there. So coming down, oh, as it hits my elbow. Keep it going. Circle, circle, circle to the top. Hold on. Now, let's add in our turns. So start to turn. Hopefully you don't look too much like a chicken as we're doing this. So turn and press forward and back. Okay, regain the control and then turn the other way. There's always one way, isn't there, that feels better than the other. This is my worst way. So go again, forward and back into that circle. So you can practice these. Obviously Monday's session's a little bit longer, a little bit more time on things. This is our workout Wednesday. So if you're not, you haven't got your hoop here and we're not doing circles, keep circling everyone if you've got the hoop, as in draw, walk 2 circles clockwise, 2 anti-clockwise. Then you're going to do your mountain climbers here, okay? So you can do a slower variation, less impact, or you can pick up here. Okay, so choose where you're going to go. That's it. and really power through that hoop. Okay, so we've probably got 2 more to do, so find that circle. Let's do 2 more in each direction. I mean, if you're doing this outside, you might actually have more room than we did the other day, which is probably a little bit better. And then circle the other way. So keeping the abdominal line, navel to spine, as you go, and bring it back to center. Just slow it down. Okay, rest it there. Now, this is why I wanted to have 2 water bottles. So the one that's ideally more full, you're going to use as a weight. So if you haven't got a hoop, that's okay. You're going to do your triceps like this. So you're going to bring your elbow into the side of the body, and then you're going to extend and release. So keep the elbow alignment here, and then control that weight as you come down. So be careful you don't push and hyperextend, because then your arm will come up. We don't want that, so we're just here, okay? If that isn't good in the overhead position, no problems. Take it there instead, okay? So the elbows towards the waistline, lengthen. I don't want to see you swinging out here. Okay, so that's your 2 options. If overhead doesn't suit, tricep it here. Start on your right arm, everyone. I'm actually going to do the same on this one. Okay, so your hoop starts above the head, and it can be here. So you're just changing, or you can start to allow it to come round. So it's the back of the hand there. Just look, watch your elbow line. You haven't pushed your arm forward here. Keep it snug to the side of the ear as you do this. Okay, so let's start to circle. That's it, so I'm just going to go side on for this. So keep that arm line long. Try not to have a droopy arm there. That's it. Keep the circle. Really walk into the back of that arm. Can we feel that? Spread out that those fingertips. And you might still be doing those triceps. We're doing high reps. You won't need a massively heavy weight, hence the water bottle. Or if you had a tin, like a can of, I don't know, baked beans or whatever it is, tin tomatoes, you could be using those instead of a water bottle. Okay, now, see if you can start to circle with the hoop above you here. So just go into a little circle, and then bring it back to center, and start to pick up the pace. Now, can you add a little squat and lift? Squat and lift. 3, let's just do 4 today, and release. Well done. Okay, we're going to change sides. So we're going to repeat that on the opposite side. So you're going to go to your left arm. So remember your options with that water bottle. So you can bring your arm into the side and lengthen back. So you're here, press. Okay. I mean, if you want more balance, it's better for you just bring one foot, so you can do a split stance there and you're activating. Or you can be here and lengthen. Okay, so whatever works for your body as you do this. Right. Otherwise, we're back on the hoop. So again, you could alternate it and just do one pass over with the hands, cross over, or you can start to circle here. That's it. Now just drop your arm bones, it's away from the ear. Just allow, the lower blade is going to have to rise slightly at the back of the rib cage. That's okay. You just don't want this levator scapula at the top here, right up into the trapezius muscle to jam up. So let the weight go through the back of the arm line and turn that hoop. So you can start to pick up the pace, just be careful with the control, especially if it's not your dominant side. So we're here. And then you can start to circle. So begin a circle with the body. So try and keep that momentum. It's definitely not my good side. Or you can be here, remember. So just turning it, passing it over, and you can still do a circle if you wanted to in this position. Yeah, just change the direction as well if you're passing over the head, over the hand line. Or you keep that going with your left arm. So we're here. That's it. Let's just go into a squat now. So into squat and lift. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back up to center. Well done. Okay, just have a little shake out. How are we doing on time? Oh, it goes so quickly. Okay, little shake out. So from here, let's just finish this and come onto the floor. So you can bring your hoop if you like. If you've got your hoop, it doesn't matter. If you haven't got your hoop, you can still do this. Okay, so from this position now, we started this on Monday. So if you haven't got your hoop, stay back here, float a leg, and then you're going to lengthen. So you do like a little scissor out here. If that doesn't suit you with a straight leg, that's okay. Just do little toe dips here. But watch you're not slouching, you've got length through the spine, or we're going out, yes? So choose where you're going to go, and then start to circle that hoop. So the hoop is going to be in your right hand to start. You're going to come back, lean back here, and then pick the foot off the floor, pick the other foot off the floor, just set your opposite side, and then start to lengthen the legs. So we reach away and circle the hoop. Breathe in, breathe out. Keep lengthening, so it's like a little pedal movement as well. I said scissors, didn't I? I meant bicycle. Keep that bicycle movement going. That's it. We're not doing straight legs just yet. And release. Good work. Okay, changing sides. So start that circle above the head. She says. So from here, you're then going to come back onto the arm. Once you've got that, just come down, find your balance, and then take one foot off, take the other foot off, and then start to pedal away. So you're here. So keep that going, keep that hoop circling as we go. If that doesn't suit you, don't do it with the hoop. You're going to stay now. Instead of single legs, if you're not using your hoop, bring your heels together, press, and come back. So think of it like a frog movement, double legs here. It's not good on double, turn out. So your knee cap is still facing away from you out to the side, so you're there. Or you can go on double heels. Inhale, exhale. Breathe in, breathe out. Last two here, keep that hoop going if you're circling. And release. Good. Bringing it back to center. Let's just take a little stretch and a little shake off. So from this position, come onto the knees, and then you're just going to take it into that cat-cow posture. So knees are underneath hips. Breathe in round the spine, breathe out, dip the spine. So just press down into the tops of the feet so you activate into the abdominal line. If you want a little bit more, tuck the toes as you round, lengthen as you extend the spine. So make sure you're starting this right down from those sitting bones so you get a full flexion of the spine. And then just tuck the toes, walk your hands back, step your right foot in front. So find that angle, press down into the back foot, and then if you want a little bit more of a thigh stretch, because the front of your left thigh, you're stretching the hip flexor, tuck the toes, press back into the toe line, and then you're just going to bring your arm over to the side, lengthen, feel that stretch, come to center, drop down, so you've got tricep stretch. You can hook if the hands will go there, that's fine. You might just want to stay here. And release. And then you're going to take a twist. So wrap, if you can, to the side here and open your top arm. If that's not good, just wrap your arm so you don't have to go up to the sky. And again, you might just want to go there. And bringing it back. Tuck the back toe. Step your front foot back. So you're going to go back into that V position. Lengthen, bend and lunge your opposite foot forward. So you're going to stretch through the opposite side. So again, start with the foot flat to find the line. Make sure you're not pushing your weight forward because it'll be excessive into the back knee otherwise. And then from here, tuck it if you want to increase that stretch. I'm just going to move forward slightly. Okay. And then you're going to go over to the side. Again, shoulder issues, just bring your hand at the side of the rib cage rather than lengthening. You feel that activation. And bring it back to center. Tricep stretch, so you can relax the back foot if you prefer. coming down and behind or in front, or you can hook it. So go wherever suits your body. Keep pressing this foot down at the top of this foot, and then release, and then you're going to take a hug. So you're going to wrap and open, or it might be you want to keep this here. It's not good. You'll get a bit of a glute stretch with this as well as a spinal twist. But it might be you're here with a modification. So go where suits your body, and then release. Tuck the back toe, step it in, roll back up through your spine, all the way to the top, and then come into center. And then to finish, just take a breath in, exhale, let the head and neck go, inhale, exhale. One more, come up onto the balls of the feet, release down. If you don't want to come up onto the balls of the feet, just stay where you are, so you're here. And we open, bring your feet back together, and we finished. So excellent, well done everyone. I'll see some of you tomorrow for yoga lattes at 1:15 in the private group, and don't forget 11 o'clock tomorrow, theme day Thursday. So enjoy the rest of your evening, bye.